Is my mic even working? Bro, I didn't check if anything was working because I was running behind schedule. It's almost 11. Bro, it's almost 11 at night. It's almost 11 at night. And I just started the stream. I was supposed to be starting it at 10. I'm sorry for letting you guys down. Like, I feel like this whole day I've been a letdown to everyone. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, but I can't keep that in my mind because if I do, then I'll just like subconsciously hold myself back. And we can't have that happen. So, let me open up the stream. Oh yeah, I got some new clothes. No. Sorry, I opened up YouTube and there's this video that just like immediately spoke to me. I'll have to watch that later, but it's a biblical video. But yeah, sorry, Lord. So I don't know if I should still do a second stream tonight. Sorry if y'all heard that. I don't know if I should still do a second stream tonight. Also, I have to fix my channel's link because I have a period at the end of my link, right? For Memes 9000. There's a period at the end of my channel. And, you know, like, because when you type it in, it's supposed to say, like, just Memes 9000. So when you click on the stream, or, like, and you go into the description, and you press my name, it'll just go to someone else's channel whose name is Memes 9000. But without the period. And they don't even have any content. So I have to figure out how to fix that. It's either like I change the @ but you know, I think if I ask YouTube for it, they might honestly just give it to me. Because the person, like, how old is this channel? They joined in 2021 and I don't even think they used their account. They just sniped my name because they saw it. I feel like, even though I don't get that many views, I still feel like that's the case. So I don't know if you guys can notice this, but I actually did, oh, I don't know why I did that. I actually did get my wisdom teeth pulled. So you can see to my cheeks a little bit. My cheeks are normally like really slim to my face, but now they're like not. I don't know how to explain it, but they're not now. So now my cheeks like puff out. It looks really weird. Like if I pull up my last stream, that's why it's been a bit since the last stream as well. Because if I go to it, yeah, 4 days ago. Yeah, my cheeks look normal in that. Weird. Weird. Let me show y'all. Is there a part where the camera's directly on me? Yeah, you can't really see it, because this is like a low resolution camera. But look how slim it is, and then look on my face. You see it, like it goes in and then it goes in and then it comes out. Can't eat solid foods for a week. Almost 2. Weird. I didn't go to work today. I was supposed to go into work today too, which I feel bad about because I didn't even really give them a notice. I just kind of sprung it on them out of nowhere, like, hey, I got my wisdom teeth pulled. I'm not coming in today. I tried to report an absence, but I could, like, bro, I'm sorry, that's messed up. So I wasn't gonna go into work tomorrow, but now I am just because I feel bad. And honestly, I mean, I feel fine. If I can do the stream, I can go into work. I don't care what anyone says. If I can do the stream, I can go into work. So Um, I also can't do the workout today because I don't want to expose my teeth, which can be bad for you. Or not my teeth, my bone. It's literally down to my what's it called? My nerve ending. So you can literally see my freaking nerve ending, bro. It's weird. I ended the last stream on Genesis 41, so let's freaking do this, bro. Genesis 41. Still on the first book, but we honestly might get to Exodus today. So 30-minute timer. We're not gonna do the 10-minute. Actually, I'll just do a 1 hour timer because we can't do the 10-minute break today because, like I said, we're not working out. But that means that I can still do the second stream tonight. So an hour straight of reading, which might suck for some of y'all, but I'll still add my comment. I'll still commentate on it. I'll still add my stuff, and yeah. Also, I might get like USB-C. These headphones are 3.5, I think, millimeter. I might get like different plugs for the headphones and get like a USB-C. Oh, smoothie, by the way. Strawberry, banana, blueberry, peanut butter, protein powder, milk and water. Once you can get over the peanut butter flavor, it tastes fine. I was tempted to put honey in it. Oh, is there a hole in this? No, there isn't. Just spilled out on my desk somehow. How are you feeling about the new Shein clothing? Bro, these are supposed to be a medium. I don't know who they're made for, but this is not a medium. Okay, let's get into the word. Stop getting distracted. After 2 whole years, Pharaoh dreamed that he was standing by the Nile, and behold, there came up out of the Nile 7 cows, attractive and plump, and they fed in the reed grass. And behold, 7 other cows, ugly and thin, came up out of the Nile after them, and stood by the other cows on the bank of the Nile. And the ugly, thin cows ate up 7 attractive, plump cows. And Pharaoh awoke, and he fell asleep, and he dreamed a second time, and behold, 7 ears of grain, plump and good, were growing on one stalk. And behold, after them sprouted 7 ears, thin and blighted by the east wind. And the thin ears swallowed up the 7 plump full ears. And Pharaoh awoke, and behold, it was a dream. So in the morning his spirit was troubled, and he sent and called for all the magicians of Egypt and all its wise men. Pharaoh told them his dream, but there was no one who could interpret them to Pharaoh. Then the chief cupbearers said to Pharaoh, I remember my offenses today. When Pharaoh was angry with his servants and put me and the chief baker in custody in the house of the captain of the guard, we dreamed on the same night, he and I, each having a dream with its own interpretation. A young Hebrew was there with us, a servant of the captain of the guard. Then we told him. He interpreted our dreams to us, giving an interpretation to each man according to his dream. And as he interpreted to us, so it came about. I was restored to my office, and the baker was hanged. Then Pharaoh sent and called Joseph, and they quickly brought him out of the pit. And when he had shaved himself and changed his clothes, he came in before Pharaoh, and Pharaoh said to Joseph, I have had a dream, and there is no one who can interpret it. I have heard it said of you that when you hear a dream, you can interpret it. Joseph answered Pharaoh, it is not in me. God will give Pharaoh a favorable answer. Then Pharaoh said to Joseph, behold, in my dream I was standing on the banks of the Nile. 7 cows, plump and attractive, came up out of the Nile and fed in the reed grass. 7 other cows came up after them, poor and very ugly and thin, such as I had never seen in all the lands of Egypt. And the thin, ugly cows ate up the first 7 plump cows. But when they had eaten them, no one would have known that they had eaten them, for they were still as ugly as at the beginning. Then I awoke. I also saw in my dream 7 ears growing on one stalk, full and good. 7 ears withered thin and blighted by the east. Wind sprouted after them, and the thin ears swallowed up the 7 good ears. And I told it to the magicians, but there was no one who could explain it to me. Then Joseph said to Pharaoh, the dreams of Pharaoh are one. God has revealed to Pharaoh what he is about to do. The 7 good cows are 7 good years, and the 7 good ears are 7 years. The dreams are one. The 7 lean and ugly cows that came up after them are 7 years, and the 7 empty ears blighted by the east wind are also 7 years of famine. 7 years of famine. Seven freaking years of famine. 7 years of famine. That's insane. I've fasted before, and I don't think I could go in a 7 years famine, bro. Like, that's actually insane. But back to the word. Back to the freaking word, bro. 7 years of famine. It is as I told Pharaoh. God has shown to Pharaoh what he is about to do. There will come 7 years of great plenty throughout all the land of Egypt. But after them there will arise 7 years of famine, and all the plenty will be forgotten in the land of Egypt. The famine will consume the land, and the plenty will be unknown in the land by reason of the famine that will follow. For it will be very severe. And the doubling of Pharaoh's dreams means that the thing is fixed by God, and God will shortly bring it about. Now therefore, let Pharaoh select a discerning and wise man and set him over the land of Egypt. Let Pharaoh proceed to appoint overseers over the land and take 1/5 of the produce of the land of Egypt during the 7 plentiful years. And let them gather all the food of these good years that are coming, and store up grain under the authority of Pharaoh for food in the cities, and let them keep it. The food shall be a revere for... I looked up for a second because I forgot to check my audio. Let me just check. Those dreams means that the thing... Okay, the audio is good. I just had to double check because you're supposed to, but I didn't. Whatever. That food shall be reserved for the land against the 7 years of famine. They are to occur in the land of Egypt, so that the land may not perish through the famine. The proposal pleased Pharaoh and all his servants. And Pharaoh said to his servants, "Can we find a man like this, in whom is the Spirit of God?" Then Pharaoh said to Joseph, "Since God has shown you all this, there is none so discerning and wise as you are. You shall be over my house, and all my people shall order themselves as you command. Only as regards the throne will I gather than you. The throne will I be greater than you." And Pharaoh said to Joseph, "See, I have set you over the land of Egypt." Then Pharaoh took his signet ring from his hand and put it on Joseph's hand, and clothed him in garments of fine linen, and put a gold chain about his neck. Fire. And they called out before him, "Bow the knee." Thus he set over all the land of Egypt. Moreover, Pharaoh said to Joseph, "I am Pharaoh, and without your consent, no one shall lift up hand or foot in all the land of Egypt." And Pharaoh called Joseph's name Zaphenath Paneah. Let me try to pronounce that again. Zaphenath Paneah. That's a cool name, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna hold you. That's a fire name. I don't think your friends like it, but it's a fire name. And he gave him in marriage Asenath, the daughter of Potiphera, priest of On. So Joseph went out over the land of Egypt. Joseph was 30 years old when he entered the service of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. And Joseph went out from the presence of Pharaoh and went through all the land of Egypt, during the 7 plentiful years, and earth produced abundantly. And he gathered up all the food of these 7 years, which occurred in the land of Egypt, and put the food in the cities. He put in every city the food from the fields around it, and Joseph stored up grain in great abundance, like the sand of the sea, until he ceased to measure it, for it could not be measured. Before the year of famine came, 2 sons were born to Joseph. Asenath, the daughter of Potiphera, priest of On, bore them to him. Joseph called the name of the firstborn Manasseh, for he said, God has made me forget all my hardship in all my father's house. The name of the second he called Ephraim, for God has made me fruitful in the land of my affliction. The 7 years of plenty that occurred in the land of Egypt came to an end, and the 7 years of famine began to come. As Joseph had said, there was famine in all lands, but in all the lands of Egypt there was bread. When all the land of Egypt was famished, the people cried to Pharaoh for bread. Please, Pharaoh, give us some freaking bread, bro. Give us some freaking bread. He's just like, go to Joseph. What he says to you, do. So when the famine had spread over all the land, Joseph opened up all the storehouses and sold to the Egyptians, for the famine was severe in the land of Egypt. Moreover, all the earth came to Egypt and to Joseph to buy grain, because the famine was severe over all the earth. When Jacob learned that there was grain for sale in Egypt, he said to his sons, why do you look at one another? And he said, behold, I have heard that there is grain for sale in Egypt. Go down and buy grain for us there, that we may live and not die. So 10 of Joseph's brothers went down to buy grain in Egypt. But Jacob did not send Benjamin, Joseph's brother, for his brothers, for he feared that harm might happen to him. Thus the sons of Israel came to buy among the others who came for the famine that was in the land of Canaan. Now Joseph was governor over the land. He was the one who sold to all the people of the land, and Joseph's brother came and bowed themselves before him with their faces to the ground. Joseph saw his brother and recognized them, but he treated them like strangers and spoke roughly to them. Where do you come from? He said. They said, from the land of Canaan to buy food. And Joseph recognized his brothers, but they did not recognize him. How do you not recognize your brother? He's grown into a big man. We haven't recognized his manly appearance. And Joseph remembered the dreams that he had dreamed of them. And he said to them, you are spies. You have come to see the nakedness of the land. They said to him, no, my lord, your servants have come to buy food. We are all sons of one man. We are honest men. Your servants have never been spies. He said to them, no. It is the nakedness of the land that you have come to see. And they said, we, your servants, are 12 brothers, the son of one man in the land of Canaan. And behold, the youngest is this day with our father, and one is no more. But Joseph said to them, it is as I said to you, you are spies. By this you shall be tested by the life of Pharaoh. You shall not go from this place unless your youngest brother comes here. Send one of you and let him bring your brother while you remain confined, that your words may be tested, whether there is truth in you, or else by the life of Pharaoh, surely you are spies. And he put them all together in custody for 3 days. On the 3rd day, Joseph said to them, do this, and you will live, for I fear God. If you are honest men, let one of your brothers remain confined where you are in custody, and let the rest go and carry grain for the famine of your households. And bring your youngest brother to me, so your words will be verified, and you shall not die. And they did so. Pretty neat, bro. Then they said to one another, "In truth, we are guilty concerning our brother. In that we saw the distress of his soul. When he begged us, we did not listen. That is why this distress has come upon us." And Reuben answered them, Did I not tell you to sin against the boy? But you did not listen. So now there comes a reckoning for his blood." Then he turned away from them and wept. And when he returned to them and spoke to them, and he took Simon from them and bound him before their eyes. And Joseph gave orders to fill their bags with grain, and to replace every man's money in his sack. Never mind. And to give them provision for the journey. This was done for them. Then they loaded their donkeys with their grain and departed. And as one of them opened his sack to give his donkey fodder, the lodging place, he saw his money in the mouth of his sack. He said to his brother, "My money has been put back. Here it is, in the mouth of my sack." At this, their hearts failed them, and they turned trembling to one another, saying, What is this that God has done to us?" Then they came to Jacob, their father, in the land of Canaan. They told him all that had happened to them, saying, "The man, the Lord of the land, spoke roughly to us, and took us to be spies of the land. But we said to him, 'We are honest men. We have never been spies. We are 12 brothers, sons of our father. One is no more, and the youngest is this day with our father in the land of Canaan.' Then the Lord of the land said to us, 'By this I shall know that you are honest men. Leave one of your brothers with me, and take the grain for the famine, your household, and go away. Bring your youngest brother to me, then I shall know that you are not spies, but honest men, and I will deliver you, your brother to you, and you shall trade in the land.'" As they emptied their sacks, behold, every man's bundle of money was in his sack. And when they and their father saw their bundles of money, they were afraid. And Jacob their father said to them, "You have bereaved me of my children. Joseph is no more, and Simeon is no more. And now you would take Benjamin, and all this has come against me." Then Reuben said to his father, "Kill my 2 sons. If I do not bring him back to you, put him in my hands, and I will bring him back to you." But he said, "My son shall not go down with you, for his brother is dead, and he is only one left. If harm should happen to him on the journey that you are to make, you would bring down my gray hairs with sorrow to Sheol." So did they sell, or not sell, but did they like just give away their brother to like prove they're not spies? They didn't recognize that it was his brother, but did they realize after a while that it was their brother? It's kind of crazy. That's honestly kind of crazy. Oh yeah, I remember this. Jesus image. I might use that for something. What is this? Joseph changing the way the world reads the Bible? What is this? This isn't from the Bible app, is it? At Watermark also, we produce biblical resources on how to find it. What is this? Is this just a rainbow, or am I overthinking? Like,
The
am I
Bible
overthinking
tells
this?
us about a young man named Joseph, who was the beloved son of his father Jacob.
Bro, what is wrong with my headphones? Like,
Jacob loved Joseph so
there's
much,
so much
that he
wax
gave him a
now.
special coat of many colors. But this made Joseph's
Yeah, I think my
brothers
right ear
jealous.
produces way
So
more
jealous,
earwax.
they wanted to kill him. One brother, whose name was Judah, or Judas in Greek, convinced the others to sell Joseph into slavery in Egypt for 20 pieces of silver. After he was taken down to
This is a
Egypt,
Jesus reference.
Joseph was falsely accused and condemned to an underground dungeon where prisoners often awaited death. There, the innocent Joseph found himself between two criminals with two different destinies: Pharaoh's baker and cupbearer, the stewards of the bread and the wine. When asked to interpret their dreams, Joseph explained they would each meet their different destinies after 3 days.
That's
The
fair.
baker would be hanged on a tree, while after 3 days, the cupbearer would be raised to the right hand of the king. And Joseph, in between the stewards of the bread and the wine, said,
Bro, I swear, if they try to say
"Remember
that
me."
Joseph is gay or
In
something,
the end,
I'm gonna,
Pharaoh
tweet
learned
out.
Joseph could interpret
I'm gonna
dreams.
use, like, a different Bible
Joseph
app,
was
like,
raised
not
up
even
from the
Job.
dungeon and ascended to the right
Maybe I'm
hand of the
overthinking
king.
it. Maybe
From there,
maybe I'm
he arranged to
tweaking.
give life-giving bread
Like, I can
to
still
all
use
the
this Bible
nations
app,
during
I
a
mean,
great
it's
famine.
Bible.
Does this story sound familiar? Like Joseph, Jesus was the beloved son of his father, but his Israelite brothers grew jealous of him, especially Judas. Like Joseph's brother Judah, he sold Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. At the Last
I
Supper,
knew there was
with the
something-
bread and the wine, Jesus said, "Remember me." After that, Jesus was falsely accused and condemned to death on the cross, where he found himself between two criminals with two different destinies. But in the end, like Joseph, Jesus was raised from the grave and ascended to the right hand of the king.
That's
His
actually
heavenly
fair.
Father gave him a throne surrounded by a rainbow of many colors. And from there, Jesus offers the bread of life freely to anyone among the nations who simply asks him.
That's actually good. That's actually a good video. Like, I'm not gonna hold y'all. That's fire. I can download it too because they have they use the default player. The default like Chromium web player has this like download button. So if you want, you can literally just download them, which is W. All right, let's go back. I'm sorry. I got tripped up about that. I'm like, what? Because I know it said changing the way the world reads the Bible and oi, 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 oi. Now the famine was severe in the land, and when they had eaten the grain that they had brought from Egypt, their father said to them, "Go again, buy us a little food." But Judah said to him, "The man solemnly..." Oh, okay. Okay. Now the famine was severe in the land, and when they had eaten the grain they had brought from Egypt, their father said to them, "Go again, buy us a little food." But Judah said to him, "The man solemnly warned us, 'You shall not see my face unless your brother is with you.' If you will send our brother with us, we will go down and buy your food. But if you will not send him, we will go down, for the man said to us, 'You shall not see my face unless your brother is with you.' Israel said, why did you treat me so badly as to tell the man that you had another brother?" They replied, "The man questioned us carefully about ourselves and our kindred, saying, 'Is your father still alive? Do you have another brother?' What we told him was in answer to these questions. Could we in any way know that he would say, 'Bring your brother down'?" And Judah said to Israel, his father, "Send the boy with me, and we will arise and go, that we may live, not die." Live and not die. You know, that reminds me. Actually, when you become a Christian, you actually like pierce your flesh. You die to your flesh, and you actually become in spirit with Christ. Did you freaking know that? Yeah, I freaking know that, bro. So, yeah. Deny yourself and pick up your cross is essentially what I'm saying. But I struggle with that too. I'm not gonna hold you guys. I did actually gossip today, unfortunately. Not gonna give you any details, obviously, because yeah. But unfortunately, I did. So I'm not asking you guys to pray for me or pity me. That was my bad. That was on my end. So I'm gonna pray for my forgiveness at the end of the stream. But I'm gonna let y'all know. Do not make the mistake I made of gossiping. It's actually a bad sin. I feel like if you gossip, then you lose your integrity as a man. You become untrustworthy. And if you struggle with gossiping, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with struggling. Jesus got your back. Love you. And Judah said to Israel, his father, send the boy with me, and we will arise and go, that we may live and not die. Both we and you, and also our little ones. I will be a pledge of his safety. From my hand you shall require him. If I do not bring him back to you and set him before you, then let me bear the blame forever. If we had not delayed, we would have returned twice. Then their father Israel said to them, if it must be, so then do this. Take some of the choice fruits of the man, land in your bags, and carry a present down to the man. A little balm, a little honey, gum, myrrh, pistachio nut. Gum existed at this time? Cool. Pistachio nuts and almonds. Take double the money with you. Carry back with you the money that was returned in the mouth of your sacks. Perhaps it was an oversight. Take also your brother and arise. Go against the man. May God Almighty grant you mercy before the man. May he send back your other brother and Benjamin. As for me, if I am bereaved of my children, I am bereaved. All right, let's look that up, guys. Bereaved. I have no clue what that means. Suffering the loss of a loved one. Sin will do that to you. Sin will do that to you. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Reminds me of my own life. Don't pity me, though. Don't pity me. I hate when people pity me. Well, I don't hate it, but I do very, very, very strongly dislike when people pity me. I do not want anyone's pity. I don't know why I'm being so stern, because no one knows my life story, but whatever. And may you send back your other brother and Benjamin. And as for me, if I am bereaved of my children, I am bereaved. So the men took this present, and they took double the money with them. And Benjamin, they arose, went down to Egypt, and stood before Joseph. When Joseph saw Benjamin with them, he said to the steward of his house, bring the men into the house, and slaughter an animal, and make ready, for the men are to dine with me at noon. The man did as Joseph told him, and brought the men to Joseph's house. And the men were afraid, because they were brought to Joseph's house, and they said, it is because of the money which was replaced in our sacks the first time that we were brought in, so that he may assault us and fall upon us to make us servants and seize our donkeys. So they went up to the steward of Joseph's house. Okay, wait. I'm sorry, I'm going to pause for a second. Were donkeys more common than horses back in the day? Were donkeys more common than horses back in the day? Like, did people come in on donkeys more often? There has to be someone else who's asked this before. Were donkeys are far more practical than horses. Horses were war machines and for fast messengers. They are relatively inefficient for work when compared to a donkey. A donkey can carry up to 30% of its body weight, whereas a horse can carry up to 20%. When you consider that horses need more water and food than a donkey, and most people do not need to carry more than 50 kilograms, then a donkey will do the job quite fine. Horses in history are an animal for the wealthy. They were limousines of the ancient world. Most people were fine with their donkeys, a simple Cooper Mini. Okay. That actually does make sense. I do feel encouraged to, oh my gosh. 30 trackers, ads, and more blocked, all from Quora. Are you kidding me, Quora? Are you kidding me? That's disgusting behavior. I'm gonna write that down anyways. I got a new pen. I was using a red pen before, but now I found a black pen. Let's write that down. Donkeys. More common. For traveling. Since they're more reliable. Bro, this pen makes me feel like more fancy. It's like actually a nice pen. It's a Papermate gel pen. Makes me feel like I'm like all uptight and like I'm so rich and fancy. But I'm actually not. I'm actually a normal kid. Maybe. But I have heating in my house. Praise the Lord. It's very cold outside. I'm going on a tangent. Let's focus on the word. So they went up to the steward of Joseph's house and spoke with him at the door of the house and said, "Oh my lord, we came down the first time to buy food, and when we came to the lodging place, we opened our sacks, and there was each man's money in the mouth of his sack, our money in full weight. So we have brought it again with us, and we have brought other money down with us to buy food. We do not know who put our money in our sacks." He replies, "Peace to you. Do not be afraid. Your God and the God of your father has put treasure in your sacks for you. I received your money." Then he brought Simeon out to them. And when the man had brought the men into Joseph's house and given them water, and they had washed their feet, and we had given their donkeys fodder, they prepared the present for Joseph's coming at noon. For they heard that they should eat bread there. When Joseph came home, they brought into the house to him the present that they had with them, and bowed down to him. I'm gonna do it physically so y'all can like visually see it. Like went. They probably did it more like respectfully. They probably like went down to the ground, but essentially that's what they did. And he inquired about their welfare and said, "Is your father well, the old man of whom you spoke? Is he still alive?" They said, "Your servant, our father, is well. He is alive." And they bowed their heads and prostrated themselves. They went again. And he lifted up his eyes and saw his brother Benjamin, his mother's son, and said, "Is your youngest brother of whom you spoke to me? God, be gracious to you, my son." Then Joseph hurried out, for his compassion grew warm for his brothers, and he sought a place to weep. And he entered his chamber and wept there. Then he washed his face and came out, and controlling himself, he said, "Serve the food." So basically, he's like really sad. Or not sad, but he's like upset. I don't know how to explain it. He was weeping, so he was crying. And then he came out, he tried to put on, he's like, okay, it's serious time. Do not, like, he's trying to not let them know that he wept, essentially. And I'm going to turn the music back on, because I had it on last stream, but I forgot to turn it on this stream. Then he washed his face and came out, controlling himself. So he's just going like that, basically. And then he said, "Serve the food." They served him by himself and them by themselves, and the Egyptians who ate with him by themselves, because the Egyptians could not eat with the Hebrews, for that is an abomination to the Egyptians. What? okay, so if you're white, don't eat with black people because that's an abomination to. So like, bro, what are you like? What is that? What are these people saying, bro? Like, I feel like most people would actually celebrate different cultures, like low key, like if I'm not mistaken, like, bro, like I don't even know, like, like in the Egyptians who ate by themselves because they could not eat with the Hebrews, for that is an abomination to the. Like, what are you saying, bro? Like, there's no like. So racism has existed forever, or is it like a respect thing? Is it like a culture thing? Oh, our cultures don't. Oh wait, maybe that's it. What if they're just like, oh, our cultures don't mix, and it's like they respectfully disagree, like how people are like, oh, we don't want. I'm not saying this out of my own volition. Maybe I am subconsciously, but Somalis in Minnesota, people are upset about that because they're like, oh, our cultures don't mix. Like, yeah, bro, we know this already. The cultures don't mix. So what? They're already here. What are you gonna do about it? Like, shout out to the Quality Learning Center, by the way. Oh, that was a leap. Like, can you even be mad at them for that? Or for commit. Why am I getting political right now? Well, I mean, it's not political, but bro, I need to take like ADHD meds or something. But honestly, good for them for doing that. Like good for them. Like who cares if they're committing fraud? Oh, our taxpayer dollars are going away. Like, who cares, bro? Like, low key, if you think about it, they're getting that bag. It's the government's fault for not looking into it. But whatever. I don't care. You don't care. Let's get past it. I feel like I'm virtue signaling right now, and that's actually really corny for me to say that stuff. But let's move past it. I'm just kind of talking right now. Bro, an abomination to the Egyptians. And they sat before him, the firstborn according to his birthright, and the youngest according to his youth. Okay, so is this like a tradition or a ritual? Like the youngest to oldest, they have it like lined up. SSD. Bro, why am I so distracted right now? Why the freak am I so distracted right now, bro? And they sat before him, the firstborn according to his birthright, and the youngest according to his youth. And the men looked at one another in amazement. Yo, that's fire. That's fire, bro. We looked at one another in amazement. Portions were taken to them from Joseph's table, but Benjamin's portion was 5 times as much as any of theirs. And they drank and they were merry with him. Benjamin's portion was 5 times much as any of theirs. I didn't write this down, so I don't really remember, but I'm going to look it up because I'm curious. Oh, was it like a respect thing? Because Joseph, what? Oh, Benjamin was the youngest. I didn't write this down, so I don't really like remember this all too well. I'm just kind of like passively reading the Bible, and anything that like really sticks out to me, I'll write down. Which I do actually need to start writing stuff down more often. But, Benjamin was the youngest son of Jacob. Okay, so was it like out of respect? Because he had nothing to do with selling them into slavery. Was Benjamin jealous of Joseph? Benjamin had no role in selling his brother. Okay. So Joseph is like showing his respect, like, okay, or maybe not respect, but he's just showing him like, yo, you didn't sell me into slavery, so you are getting blessed. Because you didn't follow along with the crowd, because you didn't do that, I'm blessing you with food during this famine. Bro, that is actually fire. Bro, shout out to Joseph. Shout out to Joseph for doing that. May God bless your grave. Then he commanded the steward of his house, fill the men's sack with food, as much as they can carry, and put each man's money in the mouth of his sack. So he didn't take any of the money? Fire! Bro, can we just talk about how much of a G Joseph is, bro? Like what? Like, bro, this dude's actually the GOAT. He didn't take any of their money. Oh, so like, okay, is he showing forgiveness to them? That's freaking fire, bro. That's freaking fire. Okay, let's go back to this. And put my cup, this silver cup, in the mouth of this. Yo, was that like really valuable at the time? A silver cup? I feel like those materials were harder to get, so silver was more expensive. That is also fire. That is also freaking fire, bro. Let's go. Shout out to Joseph, bro. Dude, this dude's a freaking legend. Bro, like, I'm gonna write his name down out of respect. Like, so what I'm curious about, is Joseph an actual person, or is he an analogy for Jesus Christ? Is he an analogy for the people? Because was Genesis written before Jesus was put on the cross? So is he like an analogy for the people during those times? That's what I'm curious about. Is like, am I weird for like thinking that? Oh, okay, like I closed it. So now I'm gonna. What was that? Genesis 44. Bro, Joseph is actually the GOAT. Okay, I can turn back on my camera because I didn't want to like expose anything that wasn't. Bro, my pen fell. I don't see it either. Can I grab it with my foot? Bro, what the heck is up with these like? There we go. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness me. Okay. Bro, why did my pen fall? But yeah, I guess my question, if there's any Bible scholars who watch these videos, I doubt it, but you never know. Leave a comment. Is it theorized that Joseph was an analogy for Jesus during those times, and he was like a pre-told story that God was giving them to like give people the inspiration? Oh, this is a worthy life. Be humble, be gracious, and be forgiving. I don't know, but that sounds plausible. In my opinion, that sounds plausible. Okay. Bro, my cheeks look so weird. I'm looking at them right now. They look so weird, bro. Like, I look like a chipmunk storing up nuts for winter. If you guys get your wisdom teeth removed, you're gonna look like a chipmunk storing up nuts for winter. Then he commanded the steward of his house, Though the men said, okay, look, I'm gonna go back to where I was at because I'm not trying to read that again. In the mouth of the sack of the youngest with his money for the grain. And he did as Joseph told him. And as the morning was light, the men were sent away with their donkeys. They had gone only a short distance from the city. Now Joseph said this to his steward, "Up, follow after the men, and when you overtake them, say to them, 'Why have you repaid evil for good?' It is not from this that my Lord drinks, and by this that he practices divination? You have done evil in doing this." When he overtook them, he spoke to them, He spoke to them these words. They said to him, "Why does my Lord speak such words as these? Far be it from your servants to do such a thing. Behold, the money that we found in the mouths of our sacks we brought back to you from the land of Canaan. How then could we steal silver or gold from your Lord's house? Whichever of your servants is found with it shall die, and we also will be my Lord's servants." He said, "Let it be as you say. He who is found with it shall be my servant, and the rest of you shall be innocent." Then each man quickly lowered his sack to the ground, and each man opened his sack. And he searched, beginning with the eldest and ending with the youngest. And the cup was found in Benjamin's sack. Then they tore their clothes, and every man loaded his donkey, and they returned to the city. When Judah and his brothers came to Joseph's house, he was still there. They fell before him to the ground. Joseph said to them, "What deed is that you have done? Do you not know what a man like me can indeed practice divination?" And Judah said, "What shall we say to my Lord? What shall we speak? Or how can we clear ourselves? God has found out the guilt of your servants. Behold, we are my Lord's servants, both we and he also, in whose hand the cup has been found." But he said, "Far be it from me that I should do so. Only the man in whose hand the cup was found shall be my servant. But as for you, go up in peace to your father." Boom! Benjamin, let's freaking go, bro. You gonna be the servant of Joseph, and I think Joseph likes you a little bit, Benjamin. I'm just gonna say that. Like, I think Joseph likes Benjamin a good bit, or loves Benjamin, because he's like, "You didn't sell me into slavery. I forgive all you other guys, but I'm gonna bless Benjamin far greater than you guys." So shout out Joseph and shout out Benjamin. Then Judah went up to him and said, "Oh my Lord, please let your servant speak a word in my Lord's ears, and let not your anger burn again against your servant, for you are like Pharaoh himself." My Lord asked his servant, saying, "Have you a father or a brother?" And we said to my Lord, "We have a father, an old man, and a younger brother. The child of his old age, his brother is dead, and he alone is left of his mother's children, and his fathers love him. Then you said to your servants, 'Bring him down to me, that I may set my eyes on him.' We said to my Lord, 'The boy cannot leave his father, for if he should leave his father would die.' Then you said to your servants, 'Unless your youngest brother comes down with you, you shall not see my face again.' When we went back to your servant, my father, we told him the words of my Lord. And when our father said, 'Go again, buy us a little food,' we said, 'We cannot go down. If our youngest brother goes with us, then we will go down. For we cannot see the man's face unless our youngest brother is with us.' Then your servant, my father, said to us, 'You know that my wife bore me 2 sons? One left me, and I said, surely he has been torn to pieces, and I have never seen him since. If you take this one also from me, and harm happens to him, you will bring down my gray hairs and evil to Sheol. Now therefore, as soon as I come to your servant, my father and the boy is not with us. Then, as his life is bound up in the boy's life, as soon as he sees that the boy is not with us, he will die. And your servants will bring down the gray hairs of your servant, our father, will sorrow to Sheol. For your servant become a pledge of safety for the boys to my father, saying, if I do not bring him back to you, then I shall bear the blame before my father all my life. Now therefore, please let your servant remain of the boy as a servant to my lord, and let the boy go back with his brothers. For how can I go back to my father if the boy is not with me? I fear to see the evil that would find my father. Sorry, I'm really dehydrated. For some reason, it's like really hard for my body to like stay hydrated. And I don't know why. I don't know. I don't. All right. Then Joseph could not control himself before all those who stood by him. He cried, "Make everyone go out from me." So no one stayed with him when Joseph made himself known to his brothers. And he wept aloud so that the Egyptians heard it. And the household of Pharaoh heard it. And Joseph said to his brothers, "I am Joseph. Is my father still alive?" But his brothers could not answer him, for they were dismayed at his presence. So Joseph said to his brothers, "Come near to me, please." And they came near, and he said, "I am your brother Joseph, whom you sold into Egypt. And now do not be distressed or angry with yourselves because you sold me here. For God sent me before you to preserve life. For the famine has been in the land these 2 years, and there are yet 5 years, which there will be neither plowing nor harvest. And God sent me before you to persevere for you a remnant on earth, and to keep alive for you many survivors. So it was not you who sent me here, but God. He has made me a father to Pharaoh, and lord of all his houses, and ruler over all the land of Egypt. Hurry and go to my father and say to him, 'Thus says your son Joseph, God has made me lord of all Egypt. Come down to me. Do not tarry. You shall dwell in the land of Goshen, and you shall be near me, you and your children, and your children's children, and your flocks, your herds, and all that you have. There I'll provide for you, for there are yet 5 years of famine to come, so that you and your household and all that you have do not come to poverty. And now your eyes see me, and the eyes of my brother Benjamin see that it is my mouth that speaks to you. You must tell my father of all my honor in Egypt, and of all that you have seen. Hurry and bring my father down here." Then he fell upon his brother Benjamin's neck and wept. And Benjamin wept upon his neck, and he kissed all his brothers and wept upon them. After that his brothers talked with him. When the report was heard in Pharaoh's house, Joseph's brothers have come. It pleased Pharaoh and his servants, and Pharaoh said to Joseph, "Say to your brothers, do this load your beasts, and go back to the land of Canaan. And take your father and your households, come to me, and I will give you the best of the land of Egypt. And you shall eat the fat of the land. And you, Joseph, are commanded to say, do this, take wagons from the land of Egypt for your little ones and for your wives, and bring your father and come. Have no concern, your goods for the best of all the land of Egypt is yours." The sons of Israel did so, and Joseph gave them wagons, according to the command of Pharaoh, and gave them provisions for the journey. Shout out Pharaoh, shout out Joseph. That's freaking fire, bro. That's fire. To each and all of them he gave a change of clothes, but to Benjamin he gave 300 shekels of silver and 5 changes of clothes to his father. He sent as follows: 10 donkeys loaded with the good things of Egypt, and 10 female donkeys loaded with grain, bread, and provision for his family on the journey. Then he sent his brothers away, and as they departed, he said to them, "Do not quarrel on the way." So they went up out of Egypt and came to the land of Canaan to their father Jacob. And they told him, "Joseph is still alive, and he is ruler over all the land of Egypt." And his heart became numb, for he did not believe them. Don't blame him. I don't blame him for not believing them. I don't believe them either. Oh, by the way, in a minute, my internet is going to turn off, so there'll be a brief pause in the stream. My router does this. I don't know. I think it clears the cache or something. So, yeah, just know there's going to be a pause in the stream. So I'll wait after I finish this chapter. And they told him, "Joseph is still believe him." But they told him all the words Joseph which he had said to them. And when he saw the wagons that Joseph had sent to carry him, the spirit of their father.
Then you should know that in this country, it is also illegal to go to Antarctica. You still can, but you need permission from the government. It is illegal to blow your nose in public here as well. So if you feel like your nose is about to cry, you should go to the restroom for an added level of politeness. And if you're getting divorced, you have to wait at least 6 months before marrying again, but only if you are a woman. Hi, I'm a writer who likes food, and this is a matcha Swiss roll. This law is known as the Medibo law, and it is from Japan. This was a win in one country.
Of course it's Japan, bro. Is the stream back? Bro, I just seen this video during the minute of my internet being down. I just seen this video that said in Japan it is illegal to be overweight. Companies, if they have too many people who are overweight, they have to pay a fine. Companies measure the waistline of Japanese people. Dude, look. People will say, "Oh my gosh, Japan, so cool. We have to go to Japan." But low-key, when you think about it, bro, like Japan, like it's a beautiful country. I'm not gonna hold you. But it is so dystopian. Bro, I would rather go to a country like Finland. Bro, Finland, bro. I want to go to Finland. I paused the timer so I can actually do this. I can put up something non-Bible related really quick. The happiness index. Do you guys know what this is? Happiest countries in the world. So, it'll measure all the oh my goodness. It measures all of the It measures basically all of the basic stuff a country will have, and it will see which one has the best index of stuff. Like overall in general, which country will give you the best living experience? And Finland ranks the highest. 1.6K. That okay, that's a little bit bad, but what? How are you guys ranking number 4? Okay. Finland. Shout out to Finland. What? Every 1 hour there's an immigrant, or every 40 minutes there's an immigrant, but I don't understand. Wait, okay, so are these immigrants coming in? So there's 35 immigrants coming in per day, and there's 120 births per day. 168 deaths per day. That might be a little bit bad. I'm not gonna lie. Actually, it'll balance out. I think it has to do with old people, so I think it will actually balance out. But where is the United States on here? No, okay, wait. Okay, wait. I might start second guessing this graph because there's no way Canada is this high. The United States. Bro, the United States is under Canada. And I'm not gonna lie, I've seen more Canadians complaining about Canada than I have Americans complaining about America. Not gonna hold you, bro. Not gonna hold you, bro. But seriously, I don't understand. Israel, 7.34. Are they just making more babies so they can keep eating them? You've seen that in Epstein files, am I right? Has anyone not seen that? Well, there you go. They were eating babies. The news won't tell you that because they're paid out. Oh, but it was a okay, you know, I'm not gonna do any of that stuff. But they were eating babies, bro. They were eating babies. That's weird, but it is what it is. Okay, we got 5 minutes left on the timer. Some pauses. So they went up out of Egypt and came to the land, and kind of is still alive, lived the land. Okay, so wait, I was right here when it froze. But when they told him all the words of Joseph which he had said to them, and when he saw the wagon that Joseph had sent to carry him, the spirit of their father Jacob revived. He's like up here probably. It is enough, Joseph. My son is still alive. I will go and see him before I die. Bro. Shout out to Jacob, bro. Bro, can you imagine your whole life you're just like, because you think your son is dead, you're just like, for like however many years he was gone for. And then randomly out of nowhere, you just get told like the most amazing news of your life. Hey, your son? Oh yeah, he's still alive. Can you imagine for like many years you think your freaking son or daughter is dead? I'd be ecstatic, bro. Like, it'd be sad that you thought they were dead, but like at the same time, that must be like one of the highest highs of your life. Finding out that your son is still alive? Are you kidding me, bro? That's beautiful. That's amazing. So Jacob, he must have almost had a heart attack. I would have. If I was in his position, I would have. Shout out to Jacob. Shout out to Joseph. That's a fire story, bro. That's a fire story. Did I unpause the timer? Yes, I did. So Israel took his journey with all that he had and came to Beersheba and offered sacrifices to the God of his father Isaac. And God spoke to Israel in visions of the night and said, Jacob, Jacob. And he said, here I am. Then he said, I am God, the God of your father. Do not be afraid to go down to Egypt, for there I will make you into a great nation. I myself will go down with you to Egypt, and I will also bring you up again. And Joseph's hand shall close your eyes. Then Jacob set out from Beersheba. The sons of Israel carried Jacob their father, their little ones, and their wives in the wagons that Pharaoh had sent to carry him. They also took their livestock and their goods, which they had gained in the land of Canaan, and came into Egypt, Jacob and all his offspring with him, his sons and his sons' sons with him. His grandsons? Yeah, sounds about right. His daughter and his son's daughter, all of his offspring brought with him into Egypt. Fire! Now, these are the names of the descendants of Israel who came into Egypt. Jacob and his sons, Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, and the sons of Reuben, Hanak, Palu, Hezron, and Carmi. The sons of Simeon, Jamul, Jaman, Jamin, Ohad, Jachin, Zohar, and Shal, the sons of a Canaanite woman. The sons of Levi, Gershon, Kohath, Merari. Ooh, Merari. That's a cool name, bro. That's a cool name. The sons of Judah, Onan, Shelah, Perez, and Zerah. But and Onan died in the land of Canaan. And the sons of Perez were Hezron and Hamul. The sons of Issachar, Tola, Puva, Yob, and Shamron. The sons of Zebulun, Sered, Elon, and Jalil. These the sons of Leah, whom she bore to Jacob in Padan Aram, together with his daughter Dinah. Altogether his sons and his daughters numbered 33. And the sons of Gad, Ziphon, Hagi, Shuni, Esbon, Eri, Arodi, and Areli. The sons of Asher, Imnah, Ishva, Ishvi, Beriah, with Sarah, his sister. And the sons of Beriah, Heber, and Malachil. These are the sons of Zilpah, whom Laban gave to Leah, his daughter, and these she bore to Jacob, 16 persons. The sons of Rachel, Jacob's wife, Joseph and Benjamin. And to Joseph in the land of Egypt were born Manasseh and Ephraim, whom Asenath, the daughter of Potiphera, the priest of On, bore to him. And the sons of Benjamin, Bela, Betcher, Ashbel, Gera, Naaman, Ehi, Rosh, Mopin, Hoppim, and Ard. These are the sons of Rachel, who were born to Jacob, 14 persons in all. The son of Dan, Hushim. The sons of Naphtali, Jezeel, Guni, Jezer, and Shalem. These are the sons of Bela, whom we're gonna finish this chapter. Whom Laban gave to Rachel, his daughter, and these she bore to Jacob, 7 persons in all. All the persons belonging to Jacob who came into Egypt, who were his own descendants, not including Jacob's sons, wives, were 66 persons in all. And the sons of Joseph who were born to him in Egypt were 2. All the persons of the house of Jacob who came into Egypt were 70. He had sent Judah ahead of him to Joseph, show the way before him in Goshen. And they came into the land of Goshen. Then Joseph prepared his chariot and went up to meet Israel, his father, in Goshen. He presented himself and fell on his neck and wept on his neck a good while. Israel said to Joseph, "Now let me die, since I have seen your face and know that you are still alive." Joseph said to his brother, to his father's household, "I will go up and tell Pharaoh and will say to him, 'My brothers.'" Bro, this is like an insane story, bro. Like I can't even bro, I'm trying to imagine if someone else went through this. Like, if I were in Joseph's shoes, I've been like, yo, after all that, I get to see my father. And then Israel or Jacob, whatever you want to call him, it's just like, yo, I get to see my son. And I feel like Jacob would be more ecstatic, since, or Israel or whatever he shall be called, would be more ecstatic, since, I mean, bro, you went your whole life and you went a certain amount of time thinking your son was passed away and he's just like alive. Bro, I'd be whipped out of my mind. Bro. I will go up and tell Pharaoh and will say to him, "My brothers and my father's household who are in the land of Canaan have come to me, and the men are shepherds, for they have been keepers of livestock, and they have brought their flock." Is he saying that they can live with him and their herds and all that they have? When Pharaoh calls you and says, "What is your occupation?" Yes, I'll say, "Your servants have been keeper of livestock from our youth even until now, both we and our fathers, in order that you may dwell in the land of Goshen. For every shepherd is an abomination to Egyptians. What's up? Why do the why are the Egyptians not liking them? I don't understand that. What? It is time to pray. It is time to pray. It's prayer time. Let's go. Shout out to Jacob. Shout out to Israel. That's also his name. Shout out to Joseph and Benjamin and the other guys, but mainly those guys. Amen. Let's get into prayer. I always do this when I start my prayers. Lord, as I pray, I wish to pray in my spirit and not in my flesh. Lord, first of all, I want to apologize for gossiping earlier today. Ask for your mercy and for your grace. I'm sorry, Lord. I love you so much. Thank you for your grace upon me. And thank you for your love and for your passion. And thank you for touching my heart. I'm very happy that I started reading the word more. It's allowed me to hear your voice a lot more clearly and has kept me away from sin. I still sin sometimes, but not as bad as I used to. There's still progress to be made, but I'm so glad that I made it here in the first place. I'm so glad that I get to be in your presence. I'm so glad that I get to be doing these streams with your presence. Lord, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't even be here right now. For your son, Yeshua, Jesus Christ, bled and died on the cross so I could live 2026 years ago. Isn't that amazing, Lord? Your work is amazing. This is all to glorify you, Lord. I love you so much. I love you so much, Lord. Thank you for everything that you have and ever will do. I love you so much, Lord. In Yeshua, Jesus Christ's mighty name, I pray. Amen. Boom, boom, boom. Shout out to Jesus, bro, for real. Honestly, you, no one I know, no one I ever will know, no one I would know would be here if it wasn't for him. Was that just me showing off my fit, subconsciously? Sorry. It's not even that good. Look. I got it from Shein. This stuff, this looks like a New York sweatshirt. Boom, it's from China. These pants that I'm wearing, boom, they're from China. This hat that I'm wearing, boom, probably from China. I like it though. I like the American flag. Y'all like it? Y'all like it? I did skip out on my workout today because of my wisdom teeth removal. They said don't lift things or don't do stuff that will strain me. So anything that's straining I couldn't do. But if you guys still want to follow along and do the workout, it's 15 jumping jacks, 20 push-ups, 30 sit-ups, 20 squats, and a 1-minute wall sit. I honestly would rather do a plank than a wall sit at this point in time, but I encourage you to do whatever you feel is best. I encourage you guys to do this workout when I can start picking stuff up, probably a week from now. I'll start doing this stuff, but I'll do basic workouts, squats. Squats I'll definitely do. I can do that. That won't strain me in any way, shape, or form. I can easily do that. So, squats. I'm gonna do a second stream after this. So, stream till. Well, I think the game I'm playing is an hour long. It takes an hour to beat. So, and I want to be standing while playing it, so I might play it on this monitor. So I might do this. I think standing is. I might start standing for my streams. I'm not gonna lie. Bro, honestly, can't lie to you. I'd rather stand at my desk. Oh, I need something to raise the keyboard and mouse. Can't do that. That's for the next stream. I'm gonna be playing a horror game. We'll just put it back down here. This good? The center. Oh wait. There we go. No, we'll just do that. Alright. I'll see y'all in a few minutes. This freaking go. Bye bye. Bye bye. I love y'all.